Hello everyone, I'm Diane, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I hope you're all doing really well today, and I just thought I'd share what I've been up to this past week and what I'm currently working on. I've also got a little bargain from the charity shop that I'm going to share, so stick around for that in a moment. So we're having really gorgeous sunshine here at the moment in the UK as I'm filming this, so I thought I'd better quickly get on and film this because it gets really bright and hot in this room and I've been really struggling to work in here today. So I've had a little swap round of a few of my clothes today, so I'm a bit late doing this, but we've sort of gone from spring to sort of summer clothes all of a sudden because it's so warm. So this dress that I'm wearing today was in a pack with a lot of my summer clothes that I put away at the end of the autumn season because they just don't get worn through the winter, because this is a light cotton. This is a cotton poplin. So purely for nice sunny days, and I put them away in a sealed plastic box in the top of my wardrobe so that they're ready for the following year. So they were all fresh and folded up and popped away, and now has just become the time to get them out and have a look through. So I've got a few things here that I've also got down. I'll talk about that in a moment. I just thought I'd better get them down. I got this one out this morning, gave it a press, and I'm wearing it, so I'll show you which one it is that I've got on today, just in case you're interested. So I've brought it to the front of my pattern so that you could see it. Now it's this one right here. It's a Newlook pattern and it's 6095. So there's different views that you can make of that one, and you do get the bag pieces if you want to make the tote bag with this one as well. So that's quite fun. You can do the colour blocking on it if you wish. Now I did change it slightly. So it is sort of a straightish dress with bust darts, but there wasn't enough shaping on it for me, and it has got a zip up the back as well. But I'm also quite thin here, and I always find that things gape a bit if I don't add extra shaping. So I've added darts here and here. I've had to do that on a few things if I wanted them to sit, because I like things to sit just to my neck rather than sort of stand out a little because they bother me. And when you can sew, you might as well do that, haven't you? I do like the sleeve. I like this cap sleeve, but I've added darts. So I'll stand up. I've added darts at the front here and also at the back so that it goes in, look, so that it's shaped. So that is purely me. You might like just the shift shape dress that it is, but I just like things to just fit a little bit more, structured if it's this kind of thing. So that's entirely your preference, but I think it's a really good pattern and great for this time of year or this kind of weather. I say time of year, we have April and it can be snowing, but it's absolutely gorgeous at the minute. So as I said, this is a cotton poplin, and I've made something in this before. I've made a couple of things for work projects, and also I made a dress for a work project that I got to keep, but it was more my friend's sort of colouring. This fabric is still available at Minerva in the white with the light blue flower on, and that's the one that I did for my friend and I passed on to her. It's also available in sort of beige and neutral colours. So it's just a small flower look, small flower design, and it's really cool and ideal for this weather. So I'll pop a link into that in case you're interested, but I don't think the navy is available anymore. I think it's just the white and light blue with this print and the sort of neutral beigey colours. So that's that one. Thought I'd mention that straight away. Now what I started working on, but I've had to break off with it just briefly, is because I've been getting on with work. So I started it at the weekend and then I've had to pop it to one side while I've done work, and I did want to get a little bit done today, but I think it's now got too hot in here for me to carry on. I've been doing some editing of some work downstairs in the back room where it's cooler, and what I've been making is the Pilar jacket by Maison Fauve. So I printed off, or rather I let my husband print it off for me, all the pieces, and then stuck them all together. Now it was a gift card I had from the Minerva event 2 years ago, and I only got round to having it printed off a few months ago. Then I bought the fabric, and now I finally got round to working on this one. I'll show you where I'm up to, and then I'll show you the pieces I've got left. So if you watch this on my channel often, you might have seen that I bought this pink denim a little while ago from Annie's on Aberdale Road, and this is what I had in mind when I bought it. It was purely for this. So I've got to here, look. So I've got the sleeves to do and the bottom band. I've got my pockets on, my collar, so the proper pockets, look. with a flap. They need the buttonhole and the button. I've got the collar on. I did opt to add some binding at the back here. That's not in the around the facings. That's not stated in the pattern. That's just something I wanted to do. I thought that would be nice. And I did use a fancy fabric on the back of the pocket, but then it's closed in anyway, so you can't see it. But I used one of my fun craft fabrics that had nice pink shades in it, but as I say, you can't see it. Doesn't matter. And then here, where it's the pleat detail at the front, or rather the dart detail, on the pattern you were supposed to do the dart so it's on the outside and then top stitch it, but I didn't like the look of that. So I did it, and then I had a look at it. I thought, no, I don't like that. So I turned it to the inside, I did it again, and then I've just top stitched mine like that. So the darts are there, but rather than having the more pronounced fold on the outside, I've got it on the inside. So you've still got that nice feature, but I just didn't like it with it the other way up. And then at the back, if you've made this before, you'll be familiar with this. You've got the yoke, and then you've got this pleat detail. So that's where I'm up to. So sort of tricky part's done, really. And so I did that at the weekend, and then the time was getting on and I had other jobs and ironing and things to do late Sunday afternoon. So pop that one side. I've been working, and now the rest of the pieces are just sat here out of the way. The trouble with that is you have to unthread your machines, pop the stuff away, and then get on with other things in other colours. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on with that, but I might wait until it cools down. So I'll just pop that over here and I'll show you what I've got left. These left to work on. So if you have made the Pilar by Maison Fauve before, you will have seen that there's quite a lot of pieces to one jacket. I don't mind this because I'm used to working on sort of complicated things, and sometimes it's nice just to get in that flow of just working through something and doing all the details. Can be quite relaxing and fun if you like that kind of thing, and I was enjoying making it. I cut it out the week before. I split it up over sessions, so if it's something for me and I know it's a big job, sometimes it's better to do that because then you're not rushing. Because if it's something fun that you want to make, you don't want to be rushing to finish it, do you? So yeah, I've got these pieces left for the sleeves, and there was a lot of pieces for it in total as well. So the cutting out alone with the interfacing and just doing that took a little bit of time. So I did that last week, got on with a bit of it this weekend, and then I'm going to just be finishing up the band, the sleeves, then adding on the denim buttons. So I'm looking forward to wearing that. I hope it's one I can take on my holidays with me and wear throughout the summer. So that's first up, and a good thing about that is because I got it as a gift voucher, I got to download the pieces, and it was a freebie for me really, so that was really nice. Just paper and ink, printing it off. Now the next thing I wanted to show you was this fabulous book that I found at the charity shop last week. So I've already got a really nice sort of dressmaking technique Bible, it's called. This one, I bought myself this when I left my previous job, and I had a gift voucher for books because they asked me what I wanted, and that's what I got. I bought a couple of books, and I knew I wanted one that I would keep, and I knew something like this to do with sewing would be one that I'd keep for ages. So I bought a few books, and this was one of them. So this is really good because it's got this spiral, so it lies flat on the table, and it's got everything in it, so that's fabulous. But this one that I picked up from the charity shop is about your sewing machine, so that's something extra, because there's often things about the machine that I do wonder if I've not changed things on it before, or certain feet. So even after all this time, there's feet that I've never used, and this is it. It was a pound, look. I started pulling it off, and then I thought, oh, I'll just show that before I take that off completely and get rid of the glue with some soap. But the sewing machine classroom. So I've been having a read of it and looking through, and it's really in-depth and fabulous. So it's got all details on feet, different techniques to do with your sewing machine. But it's got all these like 101 sections all the way through it of how to do things. So some of it is basic stuff about patterns and stuff that you know already. But there's just things about your needle position and so on that even if you sew regularly, you may not know. And all the different hems and techniques and what feet to use, adding fringes and so on. So I'm really happy with that. It says on the back US $27.99. So I don't know how much that one is here. I might have to have a look. It's in like new condition, and again it's got this spiral so it will lay flat on your table if you're looking something up. And it's got all tables in the back and a really good glossary. So yeah, £1. Fabulous. So that's another one for my sewing book collection. Now a little bit about these. So if we continue to have nice weather, you'll be seeing these in up and coming videos probably. But these are all things I've made in the past that I pop away. I'm not going to get them all out and show them right now. But I just wanted to say that something that I've noticed, and this is not a criticism, it is just something that I've noticed. So this is another cotton poplin dress that wraps around with a belt, is that I see a lot of making things over and over and moving straight on to the next thing. And as I said, if you love sewing and that's what you like doing, that's fine and that's great. But I do feel it's so nice to get things out year upon year and wear them again that you've made yourself. And I know it's a privilege that I do get to make things for work and enjoy sewing through the week. And these things aren't for me. I do make samples. But if you're making things for yourself, it's nice to make them, love them and wear them for years and not just wear them for a week or so and then straight on to the next thing. And then you've made that many things that they don't see the light of day again, if you know what I mean. So this one I made quite a few years ago. This was self-drafted. And I think this is an Amy Butler print. So if this carries it, I think I'll wear this tomorrow actually. I love it. It just needs an iron. And I did elastic on the sleeves for this one. So it's a cap sleeve with elastic. Again, it's got darts up the front because it's a fitted blouse. And I put a zip in the side. And then it's just that round neck with a binding. And I just love this blouse. And like I say, I made it a good few years ago now. Was it 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago? And I just love it. And I get it out in the summer. And it gets pressed and hung back in the wardrobe. And I'll be wearing it. I'll be wearing it this summer. A few of them are more recent. I think this one was 2 years ago. This is a nice dress that I made for Minerva project. But this one I did get to keep. And I love this one. It's got this nice sort of crossover neck. As I said, that one's more recent and very much a sunny day or going out dress. And then these I have wore in previous videos. These are a Newlook sort of collop dungarees. I'll zip it up so you can see, but you will have seen it before if you watch my videos. So they have straps. And then there are wide pockets and they're a wide leg sort of collop dungaree. And I wear this sometimes without a t-shirt if it's very hot, but it feels a bit open at the back for me. I like to wear a small white t-shirt under that. So that one will be getting pressed and worn. A couple of going out dresses, and this is a favourite dress as well. This lovely cotton poplin with the butterflies all over it. And sort of a fitted vintage look at this one. So, as I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail about those right now. They will be featuring in what I'm wearing throughout the summer, I'm sure. But I just thought I'd mention that while I was getting them out. Getting them out to get them all ironed and prepared and hung up, because it's lovely to make things. It's lovely to have all these handmade clothes, but I do think we need to cherish them and wear them and not just be racing through the cycle of making and sort of never wearing what we've made in the past. Maybe I'm rambling a bit, but I hope some of you will understand what I'm saying. I do sew a lot. Sewing is my job currently, but a lot of what I make, in fact, well, most of what I make is for samples for work. And when I make something for myself, as you can see, I do keep them and they will be loved and worn for years and years to come. That's all from me for today. I hope you're getting to enjoy this beautiful sunny weather, and I'll be back soon with the finished Pilar jacket to show you. Bye for now.